All right, hello everyone, and welcome back once again to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We are back in season 11 for another really special event here tonight. It is no other than the fourth running of the TCR Grand Prix with our Platinum class here tonight. Welcome everyone. It's Blind Machine with you guys tonight in the booth. I'm so honored and I'm so happy to be here for this amazing special event. Again, I've gotten the chance to commentate on a couple of them in a row now, and it's been absolutely amazing every time. And with me in the booth tonight is no other than Seafreeze himself. How are you doing?
Doing great. It's the GP tonight, Blinn, and it's the fourth time we're running an event, and I cannot wait. This time as a commentator, so it's gonna feel weird sitting this one out. But I'm really excited to see these drivers perform tonight, and overall, it's gonna be a great event, just like we've put on the last 3 seasons. So I cannot wait to get started.
And just for those who are joining us tonight here for the first time possibly, and you're not familiar with what the TCR Grand Prix is usually like, so we've run a little bit of a different format here tonight. We have a Q1, Q2, Q3, but they're not what you would be thinking. We're going to do a one-shot qualifying for a fastest lap that will set up the grid for a 5-lap heat that will then award some additional points as well. The fastest lap in the one-shot lap is going to get 1 point, and then number 1, 2, and 3 in the 5-lap heat are going to get 3, 2, and 1 point for those respectively. So there's going to be a bunch of additional points up for grabs. There's also 1 point for the fastest lap in each one of the qualifying sessions, and we're going to be eliminating 5 drivers from each one of the Q1 and Q2 sessions until we get to Q3, where we've got 10 drivers left, and they are going to go for pole and the final 10 positions on the grid. So that will then set up the grid for a 50% race of 36 laps here tonight in round 9 around the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache in the Interlagos neighborhood of Sao Paulo in Brazil. So again, this is a super exciting event. So far in the first 3 runnings of it, it's been very action-packed. So welcome everyone, and we're just about to get started with Q1 and the first one-shot qualifying lap there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very similar format as we saw in the feature races from Silver and Golden. Pretty much the same format, just extended, and also there's extra points involved as well. You get extra points if you get the one-shot qualifying pole, if you get the fastest lap during any of the heat races, or even if you finish top 3 in any of the heat races on the podium. In each of the heat races, there's points given out, and then the ideal position is you want to get all the way to the round 3 and get that win at the last heat race to get, which would ideally be pole position. So instead of just the 1 round of the one-shot quality in the 5-lap heat race, this first round, which we're heading into now, will be the qualifying, and then the remaining, or the last 5 drivers will get eliminated. 19 drivers for tonight. GTR and Josh were able to join us. That's why we waited a few extra minutes. So we have 19 in today's race. So 4 drivers will be eliminated, but this is one-shot qualifying to set the grid for that heat race.
All right, let's get right into it. So again, this is going to be Q1. We have a full grid of 20 drivers. They're all going to do a one-shot lap to set the grid for a 5-lap race, which will then award some additional points. The top 15 will advance on to Q2, where we'll do the same thing all the way through Q3 as well. But we're going to jump on board with somebody right now to make sure that we get a good ride around Brazil. It's a very tricky track. There's a lot of fast corners, slow corners. They're all very wiggly as well. A lot of them have very interesting names as well, as we'll get into the qualifying session. I'm sure I'll mention some of them there. But it's a great track to have this sort of an event at. I know that for the last couple of TCR events and for the first event, We ran them at Monaco and then at Austria, and now we're trying Brazil. We'll see which one is going to be most exciting. But out of Monaco and Austria, which one did you like the most, Seafreeze?
You know what? I really like Monaco, but not in this format. I like the when we introduced the full qualifying. I really enjoyed that. But I would say the Austria races; those were always just so tight. As we are now into the one-shot qualifying, it's gonna be hard to follow on board as drivers are gonna be moving all up and down the board. But we'll see who is on top in the end of it. And it's also on strict qualifying, just a corner cutting rather, for only the heat and the qualifyings. Once we get to the 50% race, the drivers will be under the regular corner cutting rules.
And so far in this first one-shot qualifying lap, it's Besassen leading the pack. He has not invalidated the lap. Tasmanian Devil's very close behind as well. It's not showing us any intervals because they might be too close. Tasmanian Devil and Besassen switching up positions there at the top. Which one of them is going to get the pole position as we're watching Bambuki trying to make his way around. He's been very close to 10th and 9th there as a few more drivers are shuffling around.
Invalidating Chatty, Besassen, and Sequit all invalidated, and they drops them all the way down for the first heat. It's going to put pressure on them. Both Red Bulls, currently P1 and P2, we'll see if they can hold on.
Chargers falls victim to the track limits as well here in qualifying, and it's going to be Tasmanian Devil with the fastest lap and a 1 additional point to his name here tonight already to open up the tally. He's going to be starting on pole position to lead us on to a 5-lap race with the full 20 drivers on track, but the last 5 to finish are not going to move on here. So it's Tasmanian, it's FYKV in second, Go-To Guy in third, KGB Black Angel in 4th place, TCR 007 in 5th. We've got Flying Jippo in 6th, Mr. Joshua in 7th, Forzan in 8th. Bambuki ended up in 9th place as we were watching him go around the track. GTR Lion is going to be in 10th, Warrior is in 11th, Crooner in 12th, FT Runk or F Trunk, I'm not sure how to pronounce it because it's his first race with us in TCR, so welcome to the league. Great event to choose for your debut, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's also his home, it's his home country, is Brazil. He, I think, resides in USA somewhere, but he is from Brazil, so not only is it the TCR Grand Prix, it's also Brazil, his home country, and it's the first race ever in TCR, so hopefully he has a great first time. A really, like, unique way to come in is on the GP. And additionally, just to note, I wanted to just mention, as we get into the heat race here soon, Tasmanian Devil can clinch the Platinum Class Championship tonight if he outscores Sequit by only 4 points. So if he could and he already gained 1 point there in the one shot, so we'll see if Sequit can even hold on to it, but Taz has been so dominant, it's pretty much just a matter of time before he clinches. But according to our statistics with Jones telling us, running the numbers, he just needs to outscore him by 4 points tonight. So we'll see if he can do that.
Oh my goodness, so what you're telling me is he could possibly become the champion in a qualifying session. I don't think that has ever happened before in all of TCR history. So if he ends up in second or higher, he will be the champion here tonight as we're getting ready for the race. The lights go out. Tasmanian Devil gets a pretty good start, but FYKV alongside him, very, very quick into turn 1 they go, and they're side by side, the two Red Bull drivers. FYKV gets ahead right into turn 2, and he is through the Senna S's, and he is now in first place, but Tasmanian Devil is exactly where he needs to be. Let's switch back a little bit here to see what's going on. Flying Jippo and 007 going together here. Sorry, go ahead.
Spin in the back of Crooner, and the Williams spun on the Senna S's, so he's going to be down in P19 in the drop zone. Sequit moving up to P15, so right on that bubble as he tries to move his way up into the next qualifying.
Nice battling going on here all over the track as we're just on the first lap of this first qualifying race. I'm not sure how to call this format, but it's very close to the sprint format that Formula One is thinking of in trying out in this season. So we're gonna keep on watching as Forzan here has got up into 8th place right now. He's got a pretty good run here on Mr. Joshua in front of him. Not so much battling going out up in the front, but FYKV and Tasmanian Devil are leading the way. And Forzan now going into turn 1 on Mr. Joshua, thinking about making a move there, but not quite close enough just yet. Let's switch up a little bit forwards there. Mr. Joshua's got a pretty good run on 007 as well. No DRS enabled yet, but we'll have it on the next lap.
Yeah, and GTR went for a spin. I think he might have clipped the wall. He's going into the pits right now, so he is P19, although the good thing for him, if he could set the fastest lap, he could at least grab a point in this race, but he will start towards the rear of the field in this later on TCR Grand Prix.
So, Tasmanian Devil, who could possibly win this this whole championship here in qualifying, that would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think he needs to outscore, like, Secret still has an opportunity later in the race. It's just at the end, the tallies, I think he needs to outscore him by just 4 points, so it's not, if he gets 4, it's, he needs to, we'll see what Secret does throughout the whole event. But pretty much as long as Taz outscores Secret throughout the entire event by 4 points, then he will be the champion, so we'll see how that goes. And he very much can do it. I mean, we'll see. But there's a bunch of points up for grabs as he gets really close to the back of FYKV. And pretty soon we'll have to look more towards the rear, because that is where the elimination of these drivers will be. From P16 downward is where they get eliminated. P15's right on that bubble, and right now it's Sequid who got pushed out by F-Tronk. Maybe I'll just call him Tronk. It's a new driver, so I haven't really asked what he would rather be preferred to be called, but Sequid's P16, and it looks like he has wing damage. So I don't know if it's going to be enough for him to get past the AlphaTauri in 15th to move on to the next round. There's a few driver death wish with the penalty ahead of him, so that could also propel him to that crucial P15.
So a couple of laps left here for Sequid in this Q1 race to try and get himself into Q2 and try to get into a good starting position for the TCR Grand Prix later on.
Oh, there's a big off! There's a big off. FYKV at the front.
Oh.
Him and Tasmanian Devil. Tasmanian was making a move at the end of the straightaway. He has a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, which I don't think the stewards will remove in this format. It's going to really hurt him in this event. He's got wing damage, and he's going to lose all these positions. That might be the saving grace for Sequid, as I don't think he will get around the track at due speed.
Yeah, he needs to hold on to it here. I mean, if you can finish in the top 15, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you're damaging the car or doing anything else like that, but it's going to be very, very tough to get around this track with half a wing, pretty much, of FYKV on his car, so that's going to be very exciting here. Chatty Duck is just about to overtake him as well, so that's going to be P11 now for FYKV. Is he going to pit? No, he's going to continue on for the final lap. So let's go a little bit further back. Let's see what's going on here in terms of P15 right now. Sequid is attacking on Trunk here right now into turn 1. He's going to have to DRS as they're going to come out of turn 3. And the DRS is going to be available right now, but Trunk has DRS on Passassin as well. So it's very surprising to hear those names battling for the P15 position in Platinum class in TCR.
Passassin makes a mistake, and they're going to go side by side with the AlphaTauri. And there's more wing damage by Sequid, but then you have the Red Bull in front, where you can see he's slowing down. I don't know how this is going to end.
This is going to be super close. FYKV, they're trying to hold on to position with everything he can right now. It's all about finishing where Trunk is right now. And then as long as you're behind, in front of him, I mean, you're going to be fine. But now he's in 14th place. Oh, he makes contact with Assassin. And there goes Trunk up into 14th place. There comes Crooner out of nowhere on both Sequit and FYKV in the last corner. He's up into 15th place. And both Sequit and FYKV and Chargers and GTR Lion looks like those are going to be the guys to be eliminated here in Q1. Unbelievable.
Wow, and Sequit just barely gets past. Crooner had that penalty. FYKV, he hit his teammate. I just barely saw it. I think they made contact under braking at the end of the straightaway into turn 4, and FYKV just hit the wall and had that damage. But Taz, his teammate, picks up the win, an additional, I believe, 3 points for the win. Go-To Guy is also on the podium, P2. He's a very Go-To Guy as well, a very familiar. He definitely knows this format. He's also a TCR Grand Prix winner. As I will mention, there's 2 drivers on the grid today that are previous GP winners, and that's Sequit, who won the first one at Monaco in Season 8, and it's Go-To Guy, who won the second running at Austria, and that was in Season 9. So Go-To Guy right back on the podium. He kind of knows how this format works. And I think that is, was that KGB in there in third, picking up a point?
I think so. I'm not sure. We'll see the final standings here in just a moment, and of course the additional points that are going to go out to the top 3 there, as well as the fastest lap. But look at that, Tasmanian Devil gets the 3 points for number 1 and the fastest lap, so 4 points go to him there. Go-To Guy in second with 2 points to his name, and KGB Black Angel, as you were correct there, Seafreeze, gets 1 point for being third. But more importantly, the guys who got eliminated there in Q1 are going to be GTR Lion, FYKV, Chargers, and Crooner. Those guys are already locked in their starting position for the TCR Grand Prix for the 50% race around Brazil later on. So they're going to be starting in 19th, 18th, 17th, and 16th place. Sequit just managed to squeeze into there by the grace of Crooner's penalty. So unfortunately, Crooner, the Frenchman, just missed out on that, but that was a beautiful overtake of a double overtake into the last real corner around here into turn 14, which is actually called Subida do Boxes, the pit climb.
Oh wow, that seems very intelligent.
No, I just looked it up before the race. I got interested. All of these names sounded really interesting, and I just wanted to know what they meant. I knew the Senna S. I knew a couple of other corners, but other than that, all of them had beautiful Portuguese names. But if you guys are just joining us now, again, welcome to the TCR Grand Prix. It's the 4th running of it in a row. We've got a few people who are now switching over to spectator mode, but they're going to be sticking around in the lobby as we move on to Q2 with the 15 drivers that are left on the grid. We're going to do another one-shot qualifying lap to set the grid for a 5-lap race, and then we'll repeat what we just did a few minutes ago in Q1 and Q2 and eliminate another 5 drivers at the end of it. So that will set up the grid for P11 to P15, and then the top 10 will move on to Q3, where we'll do the exact same thing, and we'll be ready for the TCR Grand Prix. But leave us a like, send in some more comments. It looks like Kersey is saying, all right, I'm coming. Are you coming to race, or what are you doing there, Kersey?
I think it's a little late for that. I mean, actually not. You'd start P20 and you'd have a last to first challenge at your hands. But I think we're all ready. I don't know if they're... I think we got the 15 ready. But crucially, Tasmanian Devil, he swept that round. He got the one-shot qualifying win, so that's a point there. He got the fastest lap and won the heat, so that's 3 plus 1. So he got a total of 5 points in that one round. And Sequit is going to be hard for him to even, catch up, because he could do that again in this round. But crucially as well for Sequit, I know for sure, based on previous Grand Prix, that in the qualifying one strict, not last year because we had the regular rules, but in the first two events we did have strict corner cutting, and in the one-shot qualifying it's so easy to invalidate your lap and you'd be starting pretty much last, and it's very hard to get back to move on, and Sequid just barely got through to the next round, and one more position would have meant the difference of him starting way in the back and him sitting out and watching. So pretty good by them, but Sequid's moving on, Taz is on, but his teammate is not.
Okay, moving on to another one-shot qualifying lap here in Q2. I think on this new game, I noticed it gives you a little bit of extra time to get your setup in before you go out on track, because on the previous game you had about 10-15 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, it definitely seems like we have a little bit more time on our hands.
Absolutely. And yeah, finding out from the chat as well that F Trunk is Fabrizio Troncoso, and he's very, very glad to be here today. He's very honored to be joining the league, so yeah, very happy to have you along again, but we're going to keep on calling you Trunk from now on, because that's a great nickname there, F Trunk or just Trunk. Hope you don't mind. Moving on here to another quick lap. Let's try and get on board with somebody, and I'll run you guys through a full lap of Brazil. I think we're just waiting for a couple more drivers to ready up with their setups and lower down the fuel to nothing. And who do we have here? We have Sequid. Alright, let's go on board with Sequid. So we're coming into turns 1 and 2, which are the Senna S turns, and he gets a pretty good run through there. This is going to lead you on to what is going to be the real turn 3, which is coming up in just a second here as he smashes on the brakes at around the 50-meter mark, but then leads the car into turn 3, Curve of the Soul, the Sun Curve, or the Curve of the Sun, and that leads you onto the Reta Opposa, which then brings us into this turns 4 and 5, which are the Cida do Lago, or Descent into the Lake, and then we go into the Horseshoe. And now we're coming into the Duckbill corner, turn number 10, and quickly going down into turn 11, the Mergulio, or the Dive, and now into turn 12, the Junction. And now you've got a really long blast up the pit climb, turn 14, and then turn 15, which is this little kink to the left here. It's an official corner. It's called the Bleachers, or Aquabancadas. Very, very difficult to pronounce there. But Sequid is up into 4th place with that lap with a 107.399. Very quick, but who was it on pole position? Was it Tasmanian Devil once again?
Yes, it was Tasmanian Devil in the Red Bull. Let's see what the lap time was. A 106.890. It's a very similar time from last night from Silent in the Golden class. I believe they had almost identical one-shot qualifying. I don't know if his Q1 was better or not, but we have Tasmanian Devil starting this heat race on the front row with Passassin next to him. Go-To-Guy and Sequid, both previous GP winners, 3rd and 4th. They're doing pretty good today. Stanley in 5th, Forzan in 6th, Chatty, Bambuki, Professional, KGB in 10th, and that crucial 10th place, which needs, promotes you to the next round. You got Jippo, Warriors, Joshua, Deathwish, and Trunk. So they will have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, Trunk was the only one, unfortunately, out of that lap session there to get disqualified from the qualifying session. So he'll be starting right at the back, but it's not all over, because we've got another 5-lap race coming up. And of course, as we've seen from the previous one, anything can happen. FYKV there was holding on to the last position by the skin of his teeth after a very, very late incident. So again, literally anything can happen here, and hopefully Trunk can recover back up. But another point goes to Tasmanian Devil. He's just in there. He wants the title. He wants it as soon as possible, and that's now 6 points already to his name.
Yeah, we didn't even start the race. the full race. There's a lot of points out here in the qualifying format as the lights go on now.
And we go racing once again for another 5-lap race here. It's going to be Go-To Guy with a really good start right alongside Passassin, who started in second. They're still side by side through the Senna S. Ooh, very wide there. Go-To Guy had to go off the road to try and stay a little bit ahead there, but he loses the position. And Sequit is now in second, Passassin in third, Go-To Guy in fourth. Chatty Duck is trying to attack on Forza, and Forza is up in fifth position. Pretty good position for him if he can hold on to it until the end of the race. Again, crucially, you want to be in the top 10 in this Q2 so you don't get eliminated, and you can continue on to Q3 to set a good starting position for yourself for the 50% race. As there's contact, it's Chatty Duck making contact with Forzan. I'm not sure if that hurt his front wing at all, but Forza manages to keep it on the road as we're now making it around turns 6 and 7 here and up into turns 8 and 9. We're actually turn 10 by now already. This lap is so short. It's only 4.3 kilometers, 2.6 miles, 15 corners all in all. Very quickly as somebody goes completely off, it's Warriorans. Warriorans went... No, it wasn't Warriorans. Who was that? I'm not sure,
so
but...
we had some trouble on the opening lap. We had Joshua and Professional having contact with each other. There's no wing completely off for Joshua. He's going to have to pit. Deathwish went for a full spin, and Professional as well had a spin earlier on. He's up to P13 getting that AlphaTauri. But it looks very troubling for the back three drivers. Tronk and Bambuki a little bit off the pace. It looks like another broken wing from Bambuki and maybe Tronk. So this might be a clean... No, Tronk has the wing, but he doesn't have the track position, so it's going to be hard for him to move up. So the top 10 are looking really good, but anything can happen in a blink of an eye with some damage, as there's some more battling in the midfield with Stanley and KGB wheel banging in the middle sector.
And here comes Flying Jippo around the outside of Stanley as well, getting up into P8 and pushing Stanley down to P9 into almost the danger zone there. So you got to really keep up the pace there. And now let's look at the guys in the bottom. So Joshua has retired. We have Deathwish Tricky going for a spin as we go on board with him as he was making his way through the last corner, or the last real corner here around turn 12. And he went for a spin, so he's far, far back. 007, almost 3 seconds back on Trunk, and then Trunk in P12 right now, sitting right on the back wing of Bambuki. So at this point on lap 3, you know, if you're thinking, I cannot catch up to P10, the only other thing that you can do is just finish as high as you can, because that's going to be your starting position. And P11 for a 50% race is actually not a bad position to start in, is it?
It would be if it's a traditional, although when we do start this race, every driver will have the opportunity to pick any tire they want, and they can even change their setup, so it's free. Parc Fermé is off. Any changes, these drivers can change their setups pretty much at any point throughout the race. Parc Fermé is off, and they can start on any tire they want for this GP, as long as they, you know, obviously have the mandatory, you know, you have to use it. One of either tire, like always. But yeah, it's not as crucial, because even if you start pole position, you can still choose whatever tire you want. So yeah.
Alright, so that's going to actually make things even more interesting here. We've now got DRS enabled. We actually had it enabled in the previous lap. Trunk is right on the back of Bamboo, but they are 3.4 seconds away from the rest of the pack, so they are probably not going to be able to catch up to Warriorans in P10, as we're watching him trying to make himself P9 and overtake Stanley, who's sort of been struggling in the last couple of laps. We've seen Flying Jippo and Chatty Duck both overtaking, and now Stanley does not want to drop into that P10, although again, they've got a 4-second gap back to the guys behind them, so it wouldn't be the worst thing.
Yeah, so these guys in the midfield, they're really not battling for anything. They just have to move on. So if you're in the middle pack, you know you're not going to probably get to the top 3. It's a little too late in this 5-lap heat. You're just racing for fun, but you don't want to have too much fun, because one little mistake can drop you out of this race. So it's probably better for drivers to hold back and just get through this this round, as Jippo makes that move and goes down the inside. He has contact, and multiple drivers are involved, and that could be a crucial mistake for many of those drivers. I don't know if any of them will advance. That was, I don't know if you caught it on stream, but oh man, kind of a rookie platinum mistake in my opinion. Jippo went down the inside and it just fully was not stuck.
Yeah, we kind of saw the end of it and what ended up happening there. But look at this now. Bamboo, though, he was within 1.5 seconds, but he's not been able to catch up. They're still battling between Trunk and 007. They want the position. They want to start as high as they can if they're going to be eliminated in this Q2. So it looks like it's going to be Bamboo, 007, Trunk, Deathwish Tricky, and Joshua eliminated in this session as Tasmanian Devil wins another 5-lap race here tonight. Assassin in second, Sequid in third. They're going to be the guys to get the extra points again. And yeah, it looks like Stanley finished P10, Bamboo, 007, Trunk, and Deathwish Tricky, as well as Joshua, are going to be eliminated, and they're going to be starting in 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th place. But we've got Stanley. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, thankfully that mistake by Jippo didn't cost him elimination or anyone else that he was fighting with, so he had enough of a gap where that really didn't matter too much, although it was very close, right on the line of margin.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you don't want to make any mistakes in those 5-lap races because, especially if you make them really, really late, like it happened in this one, you're going to be right on the back foot and right in the danger zone. But luckily, Flying Jippo managed to make it through. Sequid did much better than he did in the first Q1 session. He's up there on the podium. But Tasmanian Devil with another win, with another extra point for the fastest lap in the one-shot qualifying. And let's see if he got the extra point for the fastest lap. Of course he did. So that's an extra 5 points there.
Yeah, and it's kind of shocking for me that no one who picked up damage, why they didn't maybe come in to the pits and, like for example, Deathwish had damage. He was 30 or many seconds off from advancing. Probably a smart idea to pit and get yourself fresh tires and have a hot lap and potentially go for that fastest lap on the new tires, fully draining your battery, at least getting that an opportunity to at least pick up a point. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a point, but you'd rather have the point than someone else. We're all competing here.
Okay, so those are the results for the Q2 5-lap race, and we will eliminate the bottom 5 drivers, but the top 10 will move on to Q3, where we're going to do one more one-shot qualifying lap, set up the grid for a 5-lap heat, and that will set up the grid for the top 10 in the TCR Grand Prix, the 50% race here tonight. It's going to be 36 laps. Around Brazil, and yeah, I mean this track already has delivered a lot of incidents in the first couple of sessions. I know though, you know, they weren't really for anything. They didn't really matter for points and things like that. But do you think it might be a precursor for, you know, incidents that will happen later in the race here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, sorry, to be honest, I completely missed the question.
I was saying
the qualifying to professional here.
I was saying the incidents that we've already seen in Q1 and Q2. Do you think that's going to be a precursor for what we're going to see in the race later on?
Oh yeah, because you know, it's a 50% race, unlike the silver and gold and feature races that we saw the last 2 days. It's not a 25%; it's a full 50% race. So, you know, you still have to play that kind of as a more of a longer race. You don't want to chip your wing or go for that move. Although crucially, this is now the event. I mean, Sequid, Passas, and GoTo, these drivers are very close to Tasmanian Devil, but you can't let your rival, no matter how far ahead he is in the championship, just sweep the qualifying event. I mean, these guys can, you know, try to pick up some points, and you know, whether it's the one shot qualifying that they beat him in, maybe the fastest lap, or just outright in the 5-lap heat, they got to put pressure on him, because this is now where the top, this is theoretically Q3 in like a traditional Formula One qualifying. This is for pole position. So this round matters the most. Between now, you'll see all 10 drivers battling it out, because every position now means something. The first 2 rounds, it was more of, let's just get to the next round, then we'll battle it out. No, now all 10 drivers, this is all for position. Every position matters, and the higher you are, obviously have a better chance of winning the GP. And, you know, you have some really, you know, it's been pretty close. Taz has, you know, won pretty much everything so far, but Passassin, GoTo, Sequit, they've all been close, and it's a different type of qualifying. It's the one-shot qualifying. One corner mishap can get you an invalidation, and then you have the 5-lap heat just to go all out trying to win that pole position. So there's still a lot that can happen in this last round, as from previous events that we've ran this on, anything can happen in this final Q3.
Alrighty, let's get ready for one more one-shot qualifying to set up the grid for another 5-lap heat, and that will award a little bit of extra points to the top 3. It's going to be 5 points to first place, 3 points to second, and a point to third, another point for fastest lap, and then we'll have our top 10 starting grid for the 50% race. The drivers are getting ready right now, setting up their car once again. I know the game resets your setup every time, so they're going to have to select the setup again, lower down the fuel, and then they'll be ready to go out there.
Yeah, how about we maybe stick on board maybe GoTo in this one. He's been doing really well today. We haven't really seen him up at this contention throughout the season, but I don't know, maybe it's the GP. Maybe he put some extra practice in it, but I don't know, let's see. I think GoTo's got something special in this next one shot.
Let's get on board with GoTo guy here as he comes into turn 1. Getting a very good run through there, very nice and clean up into P2 as well, turn 2. And getting a pretty good run through there onto the opposite straight. Running into turns 4 and 5 right now. He's dropping down and now rising up through the positions again, so it's up and down right now, just depending on the corner, as he goes up into 6 and 7 and turn 8.
Sequit invalidated his lap, so he's going to be starting P10 in the heat race, which is what I told you about earlier. It's so easy to cut a corner with the strict corner cutting, and GoTo not having the cleanest of laps. He definitely had a better Q1 and Q2. He's fighting around P8 and P7. And it's Taz and Passassin up front.
Let's see who's gonna keep that pole position here for the last 5-lap race. It's gonna be Tasmanian Devil with a 106.802, and Assassin's gonna be in second place. And I didn't catch the rest, but Sequid was disqualified from the session, as Siegfried's mentioned there, so he will be starting at the last position for this last race. Chatty Duck also invalidated, so they're gonna be in P10 and P9. But Tasmanian Devil gets himself another point. Gets himself another pole position, and he's going to be alongside Assassin, Stanley, Flying Jippo, KGB Black Angel, Forzen, Warriorins, GoTo Guy, and then Chatty Duck and Sequit to round it off. So I think this is now, 11 points for Tasmanian Devil in qualifying already?
Yeah, I believe so. And now for this third round, if you win the heat race, it's actually 5 points. 3 for P2, and I believe 1 for P3, so there's even more opportunity and more points up stake. Let's see.
Yeah.
Make sure I get that right.
Yeah.
So it's 5 points for P1, 3 points for P2, 1 point for P3, and then 1 point for the fastest lap again in this heat race. And if there were a session where you did not want to invalidate, it was the last qualifying, because like I said, not like the first 2 rounds. All 10 positions matter in this round. Before, you just needed to get through to the next round. Now, Sequit starting P10, go-to guy not having the cleanest of laps, although he had some really good ones earlier on. Now, they kind of start pretty farther back when, is more crucial for their race.
And here we go for one more time in Q3. Who's going to be on pole position for the actual race here tonight? Tasmanian Devil gets a beautiful start. Assassin a little bit farther behind. Stanley also far behind and now battling with Flying Jippo. Flying Jippo goes up into P3 already before they make it through the second corner. And there goes KGB Black Angel up into P4 now as well. So Stanley is dropping positions at the start of the race here. He's down to P5. He's now got Forzan up just beside him as well. And Forzan is up into P5 now as they're still side by side coming through turn 6 and 7. And yep, Forzan manages to get up into P5. And now, oh my goodness, go-to guy is going on Stanley as well. Stanley is losing a lot of positions at the start of the race.
There's a little bit of lag on my end. I'm not too sure if you're getting the same thing, but these drivers are jumping around on my screen. Hopefully that's not a sign for a restart or anything. But yeah, Taz out in front. Passassin still has an opportunity later in this race, maybe grabbing that pole position, still within DRS, which will come soon. Go-to on Forzan, so he's up to P5 now. Forzan and Stanley battling into turn 1. It looks like Stanley will get the position, but man, look at all of them. Sequid right in the mix in the McLaren. And he's not going to have enough on this straightaway.
A big train of cars there, though. They're all battling it out for positions. They're all trying to get at it. Look at this, almost 3 wide coming into turn 6 right now. Sequit manages to jump both cars in front of him, and he's up into P6. Forzan and Stanley and Warriors and Chatty Duck are really, really battling it out right now. There is a lot of battling going on here. Back to the front. Tasmanian Devil is out in P1 right now. He is there by 0.8 of a second. Assassin in second. Flying Jippo in third. We've got KGB Black Angel in fourth. And Go-To Guy currently in fifth place with Sequit in sixth. And actually pulling out a gap right now to Forzan and the rest of the pack behind him.
Tasmanian Devil gets the fastest lap. We'll see if that sticks and see if he can sweep the qualifying format, which I don't think has ever been done in the history of TCR Grand Prix. But a few more laps will decide if that stays true.
Yeah, I mean, Taz is breaking all the records that we've known in this league. And it's just incredible how much concentration and focus and skill and ability this guy has. So just incredible, to see driving like that. But it's also incredible to see all of this battling going on for all the other positions. And it's been the story of the season so far, season 11, especially in Platinum class. I would say just absolutely incredible battling from start to finish of every single race. A lot of side-by-side action, a lot of unfortunate incidents as well, but that's what you want to see in good racing.
Absolutely. I feel like just Taz has not had that pressure constantly throughout the season that maybe some other drivers have had in the past. He's just been a little bit a step ahead of these drivers at Passassin. Now we'll have the DRS. 4/10 behind starting the straightaway. Not opting to use any battery on that one. He's just going to stick around, maybe wait for another opportunity later in this race for pole position. This is for the rest of the pack is all spread out. They're all within a few seconds of each other, but just not close enough to make a move. Sequit's up to P6 and Go-To Guy P5.
Yeah, and Sequid now actually closing up on Go-To Guy. He's just about a couple of tenths behind. Go-To Guy has got KGB Black Angel very close in front of him. This is the battle for P4 now. And in front of them, Flying Jippo in P3, not too far behind. but we're about to start the last lap of this Q3 race, and we will have our top 10 of the grid for the 50% race in just a minute.
Yeah, and Possession's really close to Tasmanian Devil. He's going to have one opportunity. Oh, I thought he missed the apex, but that's my glitch on my screen. I got excited for nothing, but Possession closing all the time on Tasmanian Devil. He's going to go around the outside of the Red Bull. Taz is going to slip in behind, and I don't know if Taz can get back by. He has no battery left, same as Possession. Maybe Possession can hold on. I think Taz might have used much of his stuff earlier on, but Possession locks up. About a half a lap to go, and Possession can potentially grab pole position here.
If Possession can hold this for another few corners, he's gonna, well, not eliminate, but he's gonna not let Tasmanian Devil have the sweep that Seafreeze was talking about, but he's gonna have DRS here for one last time. Is it gonna be enough before the line? Possession taking the shortest track he possibly can, and he makes it to the line, so he's gonna be on pole position for the race with Tasmanian Devil in second. Flying Jippo is gonna be starting third, Sequid fourth, KGB Black Angel is gonna be fifth, but most importantly, Possession gets 5 points to his name. And I don't think Tasmanian Devil got the fastest lap there either. I think that was Sequid who did.
No, it was, yeah, it was Sequid and driver of the day in this heat race. Look at that guy dancing. Yeah, he had the fastest lap, goes to Sequid. Taz does pick up 3 points in P2. Possession, though, he went for the move. It looked like Taz didn't really defend it. I feel it looks like he just kind of gave it to him. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Maybe he thought he had more battery or something than him, but that was the last lap, the last opportunity, and Possession was able to snag that pole position and deny Taz of the pole and also sweeping the qualifying format. But that is pretty much all of the qualifying format. Now we have the 50% race blend.
Yeah, get ready for that one. It's going to be an exciting one, but it's going to be Possession in pole position with Tasmanian Devil in the front row, Flying Jippo and Sequid on the second row. We've got KGB Black Angel and Go-To Guy in 5th and 6th, Forzan in 7th, Stanley in 8th, Chatty Duck in 9th, and Warrior is going to be starting in 10th position for the race. They're all going to be joined up by the other 9 drivers here tonight that were eliminated in Q3 and Q2, and we're going to have a 50% race around Brazil. It's, a 50% race, 36 laps, sounds like a lot, but honestly, around Brazil, it's so quick. It goes by very, very quickly, unless we have any major incidents, maybe safety cars. Let's see what's going to happen, but yeah, we're going to get ready for that one in just a few moments. I think we're going to give our drivers a couple of minutes to get ready, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be, obviously a little bit longer of an event, just as we've had previous in the Platinum class. We've had the full qualifying format at Monaco, and then followed by the 50% race, which is pretty much the same distance or same time as that, and then also the 100% race with the short qualifying at Britain. So this is another one of those little bit of a longer night, but I don't mind that at all. This was a lot of action in that first, and now we have the full race ahead of us, and there's a lot to look forward to. Now, pretty much all the hard work was done. That was all qualifying, and there's a bunch of points up for grabs. But now the drivers have the opportunity to start on any tire they want. They can also change their setup if they do. They have to load another setup, so they can change it if they would like. And it's just going to be a 50% race. The safety car is on. Now we switch to regular corner cutting, so drivers will have a little bit more of an ease on the track limits, although stewards will still be looking for big violations. But that was a problem we had last season, which the stewards felt we had to implement this season, was in the one-shot qualifying in the 5-lap heat races at Austria last year. Because it was on regular and we had our regular limits, drivers potentially could have gained a long-lasting advantage throughout the whole event. and which this season we have said, oh, well, if we have the option, we'll do strict in the qualifying and then regular in the race, so these drivers don't have to, take that calculator out at the end of the race. We can just have a straight wheel-to-wheel battle all the way through.
All right, so we're just getting ready here. If you guys are watching, thank you guys so much again for joining another TCR stream. Make sure you leave us a like, send in some more comments, let us know who you think is going to be on that podium at the end of the TCR Grand Prix. Let us know what you think about this format. We've run it now for 4 times in a row. We are interested to see what you guys think about it. Do you enjoy these different events that we've been doing? Especially, I feel like this season we've had a lot of different things. 100% race. We've had the feature races this week in silver and golden class. We've had the all-star race, of course, the very first time we've ever had that one. That was a lot of exciting action there as well. But if you guys are watching, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. You're never gonna regret that, because we have a lot of races going on every week. We have a lot of action. We have 3 different classes of drivers, silver, gold, and platinum, with different kinds of assists and skill levels, and they're always battling it out hard on track, so you don't want to miss out on that. Also, check out the links in the description of this video. We've got a couple of really good ones there. We've got our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. So check out that link. It will bring you to their website where you can purchase some really great equipment, and you'll be supporting TCR in doing so. You can also check out the TCR shop for our own TCR stickers. We've got Season 10 stickers, Season 11 stickers. We've got a couple of different variations. They're only a few bucks, but they're a huge help to the league as well, so check those out. And also, those are provided to us by Sticky Fingers Canada, a really cool company. All of the links are in the description. Check that out, and let's get ready for the race here for the TCR Grand Prix. It's going to be 50% around Brazil, 36 laps around this 4.3 kilometer track, and I cannot wait to get started.
Now, Blinn, this is the big event that we're starting in just a few moments. I have to ask, do you have any predictions? I think we do get a formation lap, so we'll have a little bit of time, but now is the time for anyone watching. Put your predictions down below for the top 3 for the win and on the podium. It's a long race ahead, a lot of different strategies that we usually don't see. Drivers can opt to pick whatever tires they want, so they could theoretically do any strategy. And none of the drivers know what anyone else is doing until you load up into the race, because it's all picked beforehand. There's no top 10 moving on and they have to use that tire. No one knows what tire they're starting on, so that'll be interesting to see. We've seen a lot of safety cars this week at Brazil. Anything can happen on that side of it. It is dry for the whole event tonight, so no weather getting involved. But any predictions, Blinn? Do you think Taz can get himself a GP win?
Well, I mean, if we're judging by his previous performance and his qualifying performance here tonight, he's definitely got the pace. He's had the pace all season. I know he definitely, wants to get this race and get this title and get another win under his belt. He's already had, I think 8 wins in this, or something like that. 6 wins in this season already. So this would be number 7 if he can get it. It's a pretty crazy situation right now. Sequit is gonna have to put in an incredible performance. Either that or Tasmanian Devil's gonna have to get into trouble to not win this race here tonight.
Yeah, he's been pretty on it this season. And he has an opportunity to get himself a Grand Prix win, which is, a very high-valued race in TCR. And, if I was on the grid, I would love to get me one, which I don't have yet. One day, hopefully. But Tasmanian has that opportunity. And then also, Go2 and Sequit. You never know how this race can shape up. I mean, they can go and maybe claim their second GP win. We've seen Passassin he is on starting on pole position, so I know he's done some practice as of late. Will he maybe surprise Taz in his speed potentially, or anyone else? I mean, we don't know what this shape will mix up to be until it's kind of given to us, but a lot of things could still happen. I don't think it's going to be as clear cut as previous races, given all the strategy mixed ups. And Brazil is also a short lap, and it's very hard to run away from the competition because it's a short lap and there's not many opportunities throughout the lap. It's different if we were at Belgium or something like that. No, the GPs have always been on a minute 10 or so lap. At Monaco, we've done Austria, now Brazil. So it's going to be just tight all the way through, and there's 19 drivers on the grid tonight.
Alright, so we're getting the strategies figured out right now. The drivers are going to get everything prepared for this 50% race here tonight. It's bound to be a really exciting Grand Prix. It's the fourth running of the TCR Grand Prix, this very, very special event with its different format. And this format has already benefited some people like Tasmanian Devil and Passassin, who've gotten themselves some extra points from qualifying. By my count, I think Tasmanian Devil has already earned 13 points from just the 3 qualifying sessions, which is absolutely incredible. If you're thinking that he might be winning here tonight, if he can win, if Passassin can hold him off, if Sequid can come back and hold him off, there's a lot of quick drivers here tonight that can do a really good job. Joshua, Forzan, Stanley, Go-To Guy, Flying Jippo, all of them are going to be gunning for it. And this is a track where anything can happen. We could have 2-3 safety cars. It's completely possible. If we had the dynamic the dynamic weather, we could have been expecting some rain as well, but with the dry conditions, at least we know not to expect that one. But other than that, though, it's going to be a very, very exciting Grand Prix. How is this going to turn out? Well, stick around and we will find out. This Passassin is leading us out on the formation lap, and we're looking at the tire strategies for the start of this race. Passassin, Tasmanian Devil, Flying Jippo, and Sequid in the top 4 positions are starting on a soft tire. They are going to be going probably until around lap 10 or 12 or so, where they're going to need to switch over to some different rubber. But then we've got in P5, KGB Black Angel, on a medium tire, so he can definitely take those tires much longer into the race. Go-To Guy in 6th and Forzan in 7th are going to be on a soft tire. Stanley in 8th on a medium. Chatty Duck on a soft. Warriorance in P10 on a medium. Then we've got Bamboo, 007, and Trunk starting on a soft tire in P11, 12, and 13. Deathwish, Tricky in P14 on a medium tire. Mr. Joshua and Crooner in P15 and 16 on a soft tire. And then we've got Chargers in P17 on a medium. FYKV on a soft tire in P18. And then rounding up the grid is GTR Lion in P19 on a medium tire. Sequid has been disqualified from the outlap, but that's okay. He'll be brought back over to the grid, and he'll rejoin everyone as they're almost about done.
We just got word from Tasmanian Devil that he forgot to load in his setup for the GP race. He is going to be on a default setup, and unfortunately for him, we really can't do anything about it. If we stop to restart for everybody, I'm sure every time we do it, someone would forget their setup. Out of the 19 drivers, someone would just forget it, and unfortunately Taz does have a default setup, so we'll see what he can do in this race as we start.
Alright, the lights go on. 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And the lights go out here in Brazil for the 4th running of the TCR Grand Prix in the Platinum class here tonight. And Flying a Jippo is already making a move here on Passassin and on Tasmanian Devil. Tasmanian Devil's making a move on Passassin through turn 2. And he gets up ahead. And he's already back into the lead of this Grand Prix. But Passassin is not going to let him go by so easily. He's already fighting it back with his ERS. He's going for the massive switchback. There's going to be contact. Tasmanian Devil and Passassin make contact, but they still stay on track. They manage to keep on going. Oh my goodness, this is very, very close right off the bat here. Sequid is now in P3, Flying Jippo in P4, trying to overtake, almost took it off track there. And he's going to be now under pressure by more people from behind him. We have a yellow flag in Sector 2. Somebody's off. It's Forzan.
And I think the Fike might have picked up damage in that Red Bull again. In the back of the pack. Maybe a chip of a wing. Not too sure.
The battle for the lead is super close here. Assassin is not letting Tasmanian Devil run away with this one. He's only about a tenth behind him. He's using his ERS very early in this race, but he does not want to be second. He wants to be first as they're going side by side now into turn 1. Assassin has the fastest lap. As they're coming into turn 1, they're going to be side by side. There's going to be more contact. Tasmanian Devil makes more contact with Assassin, but they still stay on track. Now Sequid is going to be right behind Tasmanian Devil as well and putting on some pressure. No DRS just yet. It's only lap 2, but this is absolutely crazy right now.
And Sequid's going to be eager to get past the Red Bulls. Taz goes wide. Sequid takes the position, and he's got his teammate right behind there bumping wheels. Taz goes down the inside. Clips the McLaren. Sequid goes defensive.
Taz made contact with the back of Sequid's car. He might have lost a tiny piece of front wing. I didn't exactly see, but that was not a good touch there. That was definitely a big bump, and now he's got Flying Jippo right on his back, so this default setup is not working out very well.
Absolutely not. You want every advantage in the setup, and Jippo, the other McLaren, doing very well in this race, picking up some positions on the opening lap, is going to see himself overtaking Tasmanian Devil on the outside. And Taz is really defending here, trying to hold off some positions in this race. Goes deep again, more contact. And Jippo up to third place in this race. Go-to guy right behind. Now the DRS is enabled. Jippo's going defensive. Taz around the outside into turn 4.
Oh, and he goes off. He goes wide, and go-to guy jumps on that opportunity, and he is up into P4. Here comes KGB Black Angel side by side with Tasmanian Devil into turn 6 and 7. That could have been really bad there, but they managed to make it through. What an exciting start. We're only on lap 3 of 36. And these guys are going flat out.
Unfortunately, that setup looks like it's really harming his race, and he's just pretty much losing position after position. We'll see if he can salvage anything. Maybe he will have a little bit of an opportunity to change the wing, at least in the pit stop, but other than that, it's going to be everything else the same. KGB's now going to take an opportunity on those mediums.
And he's currently the highest runner on those mediums as well. Oh, there's more battling between Flying Jippo and Go-To Guy for P3. Go-To Guy manages to make that position up, but Flying Jippo possibly is going to have the DRS. He does have the DRS. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1. Oh, it looks GTR Lion.
GTR and Deathwish. Yeah, they had some contact there. There's a little bit of a traffic jam. No damage on slight damage on the racing point, I believe. A little bit more damage on Deathwish. He did mention he had a problem with his wheel. I'm not too sure exactly what it is, but that seems like it's hurting him in this race. Forzan as well. Yeah, Deathwish all the way off the track with that no wing.
So out in front right now is Passassin, and Sequid right behind them as well. He's only about 4 tenths behind. He's got the DRS right now on the start-finish straight. But they are already 4 seconds ahead of Go-To Guy and Flying Jippo, and then Black Angel and Tasmanian Devil. So Tasmanian's going to have a lot of work on his hands with that default setup. I'm not sure what sort of strategy he's going to be running here tonight, but it's going to be very tough for him to win this race after everything I said at the start, before the race started. I think I'm going to have to take those words back.
Oh,
I think
Sequid goes real deep into turn 4. I'm sorry, he almost clipped the backup Assassin, maybe missing his braking zone. But thankfully no damage and no penalty as well, so he's able to slip in right behind, but almost a very costly mistake. As we have another yellow, it's going to be Chargers is spun up in turn 4. Gotta be careful, GTR is coming around. And looks like it's all good. Chargers is reserving in tonight's race. He's the from Golden class, full-time driver, and he's reserving in this Grand Prix. He thought he'd give it a chance.
Yeah, always exciting to see drivers from other classes trying it out, especially in these special events. You never know when one can come around and, you know, steal a win away or something like that. But Passassin right now in Sequid doing an incredible job. That's another second on that lap, so they're now 5 seconds clear of Go-To-Guy in third place. They are just using gap to the guys behind, and then they're going to use that for a good gap for a stop and a pit stop. So
Tasmanian Devil's getting swallowed. He's got a Chatty Duck. Went around the outside, and he's got everyone else behind him. He's got KGB now right behind him.
Chatty Duck actually has a corner almost named after him here. He's actually coming through it. He's going to be coming through it in a moment. But turn 10 around here, Bico de Pato, the Duck Bill.
Oh, the Duck Bill. So Chatty gets his own name in a specific corner. That's pretty neat.
We've got KGB Black Angel putting on a lot of pressure on Tasmanian Devil. He wants up position. He can smell blood. I think all of them can smell blood right now in the water. They're all like sharks. As soon as Tasmanian Devil has a weakness, and they are all looking to completely maximize on it right now when they have a chance. He's now down to 7th place. He's now down to 8th place as Bamboo overtakes him as well before turn 1. And he's now, and he now smashes into the back of Bamboo. There's more contact, more touching. Oh my goodness here. I'm not sure what's going on with Bamboo. He did not have a good run through the Senna S's, and he does still have DRS on KGB Black Angel in front of him, but he's struggling on the braking, and so is Tasmanian Devil, almost losing the car when he was trying to bring it back on track. Wow, what an exciting start for this TCR Grand Prix. It's already been amazing.
Yeah, just when you thought Taz would just stroll into the GP, one minor mistake puts him in a very tough spot, completely vulnerable for the rest of the pack. And in a race where it looks like he still can clinch the title, he has to stick in it. Potentially, because if Sequid wins, and that means he'll have to bring it over to Canada next week, because Taz at the end of the day needs to outscore Sequid by 4 points, and if Sequid gets a win or even P2, that might be enough if Taz doesn't score any. Assassin under pressure from Sequid at the front, and it looks like Assassin also gets DRS from the driver by Forzan, so he was able to hold off for the moment.
Chargers is having another spin there at the exit of turn 5, but at the front, as you mentioned, Sequid and Assassin are really going at it. Forzan had a little bit of a spin earlier on, so that's why he's at the back there, having to...
Professional and Stanley going side by side. Sorry, there's just so much action. Professional around the outside of Stanley, and they're still side by side, coming through all these corners. I guess that's the Duck Bill, is that what the name is called?
Yeah, that's the one they're coming through right now. That's turn 10, and that's going to bring them into turn 11, which is the dive, which you can see from that camera shot why it's called that. It's actually pretty cool. There's a couple of places on this track where you go up, and then you come back down, or go back down, go up. It's all over the place. It's sort of like Portimao, but not as crazy. And what a beautiful track this is, as Joshua goes for an overtake on Tasmanian Devil. Tasmanian now down to 9th place.
And we have Sequid up at the front. Sorry, Sequid for the lead on for Assassin at the front.
Yeah, we're watching aboard with Assassin here. There was a little bit of touching, but Sequid is now up into the lead of this race, as they're now lapping Deathwish Tricky already as well. Very, very quickly here to lap 2 drivers, so these guys have some crazy pace. They're 7.3 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack, and they're only a couple of tenths away from each other, so they're going to take this all the way down to the end. What I was going to say right before you said that was, if things stayed the same, if Sequid was second, he needed Tasmanian Devil to not score any points whatsoever. because he already has 13 coming in from qualifying. Sequid, I'm pretty sure, only got 3 or 2 points from qualifying. So if we're still staying on with that 4-point gap that Sequid needs to outscore Tasmanian by, Tasmanian pretty much can't score in this race for Sequid to hold on to the championship title or for the fight for the title, as now Passassin is trying to re-overtake Sequid for the lead once again, and he does that as they're coming into turn 4, but then he runs wide and Sequid goes for the switchback, and he's back into the lead once again as they're coming up the hill now into turns 6 and 7.
Yeah, these two are very evenly matched. These two have been pretty much behind Taz the whole season, battling it out for the podium positions. Sequid and Passassin had their opportunities throughout the season, but none. Right? They're both winless in this season. Is that correct? Or I have to make sure I get that.
Let me double check. I think you might be right.
What do we got? Taz hit the wall. He's hit the wall. He's P13. He's with a chipped wing. I don't know.
Oh, and he's spinning. He's spinning, and he hits the wall again. He resets himself
to track as well, which is not normal. And now I think he's.
And he takes himself out, and that's going to be a safety car.
Yeah, which is not allowed. So that's multiple penalties. I think. If I'm a steward, a lot of no-nos right there from the championship leader, and that's not what I or anyone would want to see in this race. That's a bit selfish, in my opinion, to just take yourself out right on track. And I will, keep that up to standard, because that's definitely not right for those out in front. Now they have to deal with the safety car, which we'll take for the if you're a viewer, but that's totally unacceptable in my view, and I will be harsh on that viewpoint.
All right, and we've got a lot of people in the pits. About 10 or 11 drivers decided to pit at this moment. We've got Stanley, Warriors, and 007, and Trunk all going onto the hard tires. GTR Lion also going onto the hard tires. But we've got Bamboo, Crooner, FYKV. Those guys decided to go for the medium tires. The top 6 have not been able to pit because of where they were when the safety car came out, but this is going to bunch up the grid again, and I'm sure Go-To Guy is not going to, Passassin and Secret, they're not going to be happy with that, because that means that Go-To Guy is not going to be right behind them again, after they had an 8.5 second gap. That is incredible.
Yeah, pretty much just jumped the grid to be right back with each other. Both the hard for Sequid and Passassin. Let's see what Go-To and the rest of the pack does, because I think that'll be crucial. Will they put the medium on? Go-To, it looks like, was he serving a penalty? I guess Go-To picked up a penalty. I'm not too sure for what. He's going to lose a few positions on Jippo, Chatty, and Joshua, and KGB. KGB stays out, so that's interesting as well.
So KGB already pitted, actually. He's just overtaken them as a safety car undercut, so to speak. So he's up into 3rd place on a set of brand new soft tires. So he's going to probably have to pit again. He's going for a 2-stop race here tonight, which is a very interesting strategy. Nobody except for Forzen and Deathwish Tricky have decided to stay out there. And that is very, very interesting. I mean, 12 laps, even if you had medium tire, I guess it's a great point right now to pit. It's pretty much almost halfway through the race, and then you can play around with the rest of it and see where you can end up. But it's Sequid currently leading the pack, with Passassin in 2nd place, KGB Black Angel in 3rd, Flying Jippo in 4th, Chatty in 5th place. We have Joshua in 6th, Go-To Guy in 7th, Bamboo in 8th, Stanley in 9th, and Warriors holding on to the last point scoring position in 10th. Tasmanian Devil is the first non-finisher here tonight, which brought out this safety car, and Tasmanian will not be able to secure his title here tonight, unless, of course, Sequid does not finish either, because Tasmanian still has 13 points from qualifying, so it's almost like he finished, what would that be, 4th?
Yeah, 4th with the fast lap, I guess we could say.
Exactly, incredible.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to do the math, we'll have to run the numbers, we'll have to cross the I's and dot the T's, and we'll have to do double checking to make sure. But there's a real possibility that this can go to Canada in next week. And I will say this, Taz has some penalties coming his way for sure. I mean, there's some few things in that race that is, not right as per rules in TCR, and if submitted, probably will get a penalty. I don't know what those would be, but that could hinder him next week, and it could very, very so nearly switch on an instant. You never know. As someone who has tried to clinch championships before, you always want to do them on the race you can do it. You never want to wait another week because you have all that pressure, and Taz potentially will have another week of all that pressure, potentially, where he could have clinched it here tonight. So a very quick turn of events for Taz's case. And I don't know, it's Sequin and Passassin out front, KGB on those softs. Now he will have the jump on the drivers ahead. You do see the AlphaTauri in P3, that is Deathwish, who is a lap down. On the Codemasters games and in these F1 games, they do not allow lap cars to get the lap back, where in real F1 I'm pretty sure they do. So Deathwish and Forzan are pretty much a complete lap down. So this safety car is not what they wanted at all, because there's pretty much no way for them to get that lap back, because then the safety car doesn't do that for them.
So I think actually because they didn't pit when everybody else did, and then they pitted on the next lap, I think that sort of unlapped them, because it's showing Forzan as being on the same lap as the rest of the guys, and they're actually catching up to the back of the grid.
Yeah, Forzan might be. Yeah. Forzan might have stood out. He might have timed that right, but Deathwish, yeah, he's definitely he's 56 seconds back.
Yep.
He is definitely a lap down. So hopefully when it goes green, he can let everyone else by. That'll release KGB behind him, because he'll get the blue flags pretty much instantly, and he'll have to get out of the way for not only KGB but the entire pack. So that's pretty much race over for him.
Wow, exciting stuff happening here. We're almost halfway through. We're on lap 13 of 36 in this TCR Grand Prix, the fourth running of it. It's been, absolutely amazing battle so far. Some crazy scenes have happened. Safety cars coming in on this lap. It's going to be Sequit leading the pack with Passassin close behind them. Before the safety car came out, they were 8.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the grid. They're both on hard tires. They have KGB Black Angel behind them on the soft, and then they have Flying Jippo and Chatty Duck on hards, Joshua on mediums, Go-To Guy on hards, Bamboo on mediums, a lot of medium and hard tire mixes, and we'll see how that's going to affect the rest of this race. I mean, those guys, if they can make it all the way on medium tires, that could be very exciting, as now it looks like Secret has got us restarted. Him and Passassin have pulled away. That's where Tricky is moving out of the way here for KGB Black Angel as they're coming into turn one. Is there going to be any incidents, though, into turn one there? I saw a lot of cars going side by side.
Looks all clean from...
somebody, Chatty Duck. Chatty Duck is off.
Oh, no,
Chatty Duck is off, and he's coming back onto the grid. And a huge crash. Huge crash. Forzan is out. For FYKV, Chatty Duck, Forzan, all of them are out.
Wow. And as per Codemasters, that is not a safety car. Safety cars do not lead to more safety cars. They lead to wrecks and green flags. Chargers wing damage, Tronk with wing damage. I did not see it, but it looked very similar of what happened in last night's Golden feature. We run ghosting off, so one mistake from the driver in front causes a huge chain behind, and one car horizontal to the track leads everyone else in pretty much a DNF. There's not much you can do, and that's just racing at the end of it. We've seen that a lot in real F1, but Sequit at the top is getting under pressure by Passassin for the lead. They're going side by side through turn two. Sequit's going to hold it out for the time being. but Passat, no DRS at the moment. It is disabled still. KGB on those softs, a half-second back, just looking at the top two, potentially looking for a pass here.
KGB Black Angel staying with the top two as well, but that was a crazy incident there. If I saw correctly, basically, Chatty Duck lost the back end of the car as he was coming through the Senna S's, as he was coming onto the exit of turn 2. He pretty much spun the back end. He tried to save it one way, he tried to save it the other way, but in doing so, his car went completely, perpendicular to the track, and unfortunately he took out quite a few cars. He clipped a couple of cars that lost pieces of their front wing, but the cars behind them got absolutely destroyed, and so did the car of Chatty Duck. I mean, you'll see it on the replay of the stream, and I'm sure we'll see some replays from the drivers, but it was incredible. Here comes KGB Black Angel overtaking Assassin up into P2 right now. He's trying to get mixed up with these lead drivers. That's not exactly what Assassin and Sequid want to see, but it's a full, right of KGB Black Angel to do this on this soft tire right now, and he's going to have DRS as well on Sequid as they're going to finish out the lap here.
Absolutely. KGB has full right to go for it. It's the GP. He wants himself maybe a win or a best possibility of a great finish, as we have some more yellows in the back. Crooner looks like... No, it looks good. I mean, I don't know what happened.
Battling going on everywhere right now, yeah.
Yeah, but KGB still has an opportunity. I mean, he'll probably pit again for mediums, or another pair of softs, because he should have another available. So he can cut this 2 stints up, and potentially, if he gets a big enough gap, can get himself back into the race later on.
Well, let's watch from on board as he's got DRS on Sequid. He's gonna go right around the outside. That speed difference is incredible on those soft tires versus the hards that Sequid is running on. So that is now KGB Black Angel up into the lead of this race, but Sequid's gonna have DRS on him now on the opposite straight as they're coming into turn 4. Oh, he's gonna go down the inside into the next corner. There's touching. No, there's a big contact. Sequid has made contact with Assassin as well. He spun around on the track. They're still locked up together. Joshua, Flying Jippo, and Go-To Guy all go through the 2 cars of of Sequid, and Passassin got really locked up there. They're still battling it out right now, and now Passassin is battling with Bamboo. He's got some damage on his front wing. What is happening here?
I actually missed that. I'm going to have to look back on stream. I don't know what just happened. I will look at the replay, but oh my goodness. Yeah, Sequid. Yeah, went down the inside I'm seeing, and yeah, he clipped and, like I said, with the no ghosting, caught up Passassin right behind. That's not what you want to see if you're Sequid. I mean, you had track position, you know KGB's going to pit again. There's no reason to go for that overtake, and to be honest, that could have caused him a chance at a second Grand Prix win. We'll see if he can get back into this race, but now he's got drivers, he's got his teammate in front of him, Go-To Guy as well on those hards, and they're going to the end. And look at the Mercedes in front, 1 and 2, softs and on the mediums for the time being.
We had another yellow flag there briefly in Sector 1, but everybody seems to be okay. But wow, that was just crazy. Assassin is in the pits right now, changing his front wing after that damage, after that incident. At first, it was a great battle as they were coming in through the Senna S's. It looked like Assassin went for a nice overtake, but then Sequid executed a switchback. But then as they came out around, I think it was turn 3, turn 4 and 5, everything just went completely wrong, and they got tied up, and Sequid got spun out. Assassin, lost some front wing. It's all went upside down for those drivers, and now KGB Black Angel out in the lead by almost 4 seconds. Joshua, his teammate, in second. The 2 Mercedes drivers, Flying Jippo in third, and we're watching his Go-To Guy is right behind Flying Jippo in 4th place as well. But there's a big train. Sequid is behind him. Bamboo is behind him as well. They're all battling for the podium positions here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Sequit still has an opportunity later in this race. I mean, he just has the 2 drivers ahead on those hards. We'll see if the mediums from Joshua can get to the end. I don't believe so, although we don't know. Brazil's not too bad on the tire wear, but I know for sure those softs in the front by KGB, that's not going to be enough. He's going to need to eke out a gap, a big enough gap to where he could pit again, maybe for some softs or mediums, to then get him to the end. But like we saw earlier, there was a safety car, none that time around for a second go. So if we do get a safety car, you know, that could play into the hands of the Mercedes. But I still do think Sequit has the pure pace to get back up there. It doesn't look as any damage, and if he does, it's very light. So we'll see if he could get past Go-To Guy and his teammate and the Mercedes out in front. But Assassin really was the one who got the worst end of the luck there. He had a pit getting wing damage for something he didn't really do. He just was caught up in it by Sequit up in front.
Yeah, that was 2 massive incidents that happened in very quick succession in just a couple of laps time. We're now on lap 21 of 36. We've got 15 laps to go here in Brazil at the Autodromo José Carlos Pache in Interlagos in Sao Paulo. Beautiful track. It's always exciting around here. It always delivers something very, very unexpected, and it's also true in real life, and I think we've just seen the exact same thing here tonight. We thought we had everything figured out coming into this race, but then Tasmanian Demo was the first one to DNF. He brought out a safety car, which nobody expected as well in the manner that he did so, and now we had some massive crashes, a big incident between the 2 leaders. Wow, I mean, this is absolutely crazy right now. We still got 15 laps to go. Let's see how this is going to end, but right now you're watching the battle for the top steps pretty much on the podium there, because we know Black Angel is going to have to pit again. He's already done 10 laps on those soft tires, so at the moment Joshua is the net leader of this race. So Flying Jippo, Go-To Guy, Sequit, those guys are all battling for P2 and P3 right now, and even possibly even still for the win. We don't really know what could still happen. We could have another safety car, we could have a VSC, we could have another crash, really. Anything could still happen. So if you guys are watching, don't go anywhere, because this is absolutely crazy so far.
And Deathwish retiring from the race, from the pit lane, as it should be done. So hopefully no safety cars are triggered there. So very nice from Deathwish. Unfortunate for him getting spin earlier on, but very respectful and professional for him to get out of the way when the safety car got back green. He was a lap down and retiring in the pit lane, so really respectful from his side of the garage.
Yeah, and a great experience for him as well, driving in the TCR Grand Prix, and we hope to see him back again very, very soon. We're actually going to see him next week for the next round in Canada, and I'm sure that's going to be a very, very exciting Grand Prix there as well.
Oh, Warriors went for a spin into turn 1. I don't know. Oh, maybe not. That must be some crazy lag. I know. I remember, I think it was a few weeks ago, Stanley had some connection issues with Warriors, so I'm not too sure if we're seeing that again tonight. Hopefully not, and hopefully it doesn't interfere with the drivers behind. He's got the Alfa Romeo, a professional, into P8, his teammate, losing that grip earlier on, and he is out of this race. And then you also have the 2 Williams, P9 and P10 of Stanley and Crooner. So hopefully Warriors' internet is not a big problem, but it seems to be sorted out.
I think Go-To Guy might be lining up a move here on Flying Jippo. He's got a little bit of a better exit out of turn 14 and 15, but not quite enough, because Flying Jippo also has a DRS on Joshua in P2. Joshua is doing a great job of staying ahead of Flying Jippo right now, managing that gap, but Black Angel is pulling out a little bit of time. He's just eking it out every lap, still on those soft tires. There's definitely no way he's going to make it to the end on them, but I'm wondering now what sort of tire is going to fit for the last stint. Is it going to be a soft? Is it going to be a medium? What does he have left? What has he already used? It's all going to be very interesting. So right now it's the 2 Mercedes ahead, but KGB Black Angel, we're expecting him to pit very, very shortly. And then these guys in this massive train of cars battling it out for the win here tonight. They're going to continue on for another 12 laps around Brazil. So far, as I've already said, it's been such an exciting Grand Prix.
It's going to get good too, Blin. Hold off for this. They're all within DRS, and look at the entitlements that they have. Secret, the first GP winner, go to the second Season 6 Platinum Class champion, and then Jippo making a move on Joshua. He's last year's Golden Class champion, moving up in the Platinum Class, and now he's going for the net P1, which is now P2. Taking the move on the Mercedes, and this could be a wonderful day for the McLaren driver, but not Sequit, the other McLaren driver.
But Joshua comes right back at him again with the DRS on the next straight, and he's back up into second place once again. Now Go-To Guy is right on the back wing of Flying Jippo as well. Still got 40% of ERS left, not using it right now. But these guys are going to take it all the way down to the line. I'm definitely sure of it. They're on completely different tires, so we're still counting on Joshua making it until the end on these mediums, and that he's going to have enough pace to hold off the cars behind him.
And this has brought the Renault of Bambuki back into this race. He is within DRS of this lead group, so he has an opportunity to steal a win here.
Yeah, this TCR Grand Prix definitely is not under-delivering. We are getting some incredible scenes here. There goes KGB Black Angel into the pits now. So Joshua is now in the lead. Flying Jippo in second. Go-To Guy in third. Sequit in fourth place. So he didn't drop down too far after that incident that he had earlier on. And Bamboo is in fifth with Warrior in sixth. But Bamboo is crucially up there in the pack of cars, battling it out for the top steps on tonight's podium. And we've got a bunch of people watching the Grand Prix. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave some more likes, send in some more comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Check out the links in the description. Let's see how this one's gonna end up. We've got 10 more laps to go. Lap 26 of 36. I cannot wait to see how this is going to end. But where does KGB come out? KGB Black Angel fits another brand new set of soft tires. It's going to be P10. So he's got 10 laps to recover 10 positions. Let's see how far he can make it.
Yeah, I mean, those softs are going to be really quick at the end of the race. I mean, these drivers will be on the mediums and old hard tires, which you don't want to be on. The hard tire is disgusting. You don't want to be racing on that. That thing is just really bad around here. They're very cold, sluggish, slow. I would not want to be on the hard tire personally. And that's why Joshua was on those mediums. But I don't know if they could last another 9 laps now. And he's holding everyone else behind him right in his mirrors. So I know for Joshua, he has not been in this position ever before in Platinum. This is new to him. I'm sure he's nervous as could be, as is Jippo. And maybe Go-To Guy. It's been a while since we've seen Go-To Guy up at the front. And, as well as Bambuki. I mean, these drivers are not usually here. Taz is usually the one out in front, having hardly any pressure. But all these drivers... And now we're in a position to win a TCR race, but not only that, this huge event here tonight of the GP. So there's a lot on stake for the remainder of this race. A lot can still happen, and I really don't know how this is going to end.
I think Go-To Guy's lining up a move on Flying Jippo. At least he's having a look around the outside into turn 1. He's not going to be close enough. Gonna have the DRS again. Gotta get a good run out of turn 2. Sequid there was thinking about a move as well, but he's just not quick enough to stay with these guys in front of him. It looks like Go-To Guy there and Flying Jippo defending and managing to hold on to P2 for the moment. This is absolutely exhilarating right now. So much going on. We've had so much from start to finish. As I've already said, this race is flying by. We're already on lap 28. and I wish we had 100% race around here at this sort of race. This is incredible to watch.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could last that long. I'm out of breath on this side, but I think GoTo probably would have gotten past Jippo if it wasn't for him being in the DRS of the Mercedes in front. But I do think it's a matter of time before those tires start to fall off, and this race will favor the hard driver, the hard compound for those drivers. So it's just a matter of time, I feel like, until these drivers get that a little bit of an advantage over that medium driver.
Nobody making a move just yet, but GoTo guys definitely closing up time on Flying Jippo, especially on that start-finish straight. And of course, with Joshua being in front of Flying Jippo, they both have DRS, so it's very hard for GoTo guy to make a move, anything decisive really, because the car in front is getting the advantage of that open flap on the rear wing, just like you are. But this keeps on going lap after lap. They're all within about 0.4 of a second of each other. They're keeping it clean. They're keeping it consistent. They're being absolutely, focused and concentrated. They've already done a longer event than they normally would. They've already done 3 5-lap races, 1 shop qualifiers. They're now about to finish off this 50% race, but they're not cracking under the pressure. Let's see how this is going to end up here, but what an incredible event so far.
Yeah, and Professional made a move on Warriors now for P6. He's about 5 seconds back from this lead group. If anything huge happens, he and the rest of the pack with KGB and those softs gaining up that time, it might come to on their side and their favor, as he does set the fastest lap is KGB. GoTo guy lining up a move on Jippo, but just not quite enough down the straightaway.
GoTo guy is going to have to try again, but he's still got 6 more laps to go, or about 6.5 including this one. We've still got a little bit of time here. Joshua is not pulling away from them either. Flying Jippo is just staying right on his back wing. And as you mentioned, those medium tires are going to start fading. He's done 17 laps on them. I think they're going to do about 20 at, good pace, and then they're going to start really drifting off from there. Flying Jippo is already getting better runs through the corners, as we're watching here from the onboard of his teammate, Sequit. So the 2 McLarens right now in contention for podiums. Flying Jippo still in contention for a win here, as he's getting really close to Joshua now. Here he goes. He's going to go around the right-hand side, as he's going to be on the outside into turn 1. He's going to dive down the inside. He locks up the front wheels there, but manages to stop the car, manages to hold on to P1. But here comes Joshua now. He's going to have the DRS on the opposite straight. He's going to go right by him once again and back into the lead of this race very, very easily. I think Flying Jippo needs to make his overtake on that opposite straight with the second DRS zone, because if he makes it again on that big straight, he's just going to lose it when Joshua goes by on the next one.
And not a single one of these drivers has battery. They all have nothing. They are putting everything they have into this race. They are so deep into this race with all those 5-lappers earlier. Their concentration is right at the limit. They have 5 laps remaining in this race. Joshua lost the lead. He got it right back. Jippo now has another opportunity. These drivers can save a lot of battery in the middle sector, and now uses it all on the straight. Sequin looking on a move on GoTo. Jippo a little bit behind on Joshua, as they all have DRS.
They're all going to be coming into turn 1 all together. Flying Jippo thinking of a move down the inside. GoTo guy thinking of going around the outside of Flying Jippo. None of them making anything happen just yet. Coming into the second DRS zone now on lap 32 of 36. GoTo guys thinking of a move on Flying Jippo. He's closing up, but he's not going to be close enough, as they're coming into the braking zone of turn 4 now. And wow, incredible scenes here. I cannot even keep up as Sequit. Sequit going around the outside now of GoTo guy as they're coming up the hill of turn 6 and 7. He's going to try and hold on to it. He's going to be deep under braking, and he's going to still keep on to P4 for now. He's now got Bamboo within a couple of tenths of a second on his back wing as well. What is going on in this TCR Grand Prix? We have not seen racing like this all season. I mean, we have, but all of it in one race, everything all together, absolutely unbelievable. I am enjoying every second of this. I'm loving it.
Yeah, this is what the TCR Grand Prix is. Every single year we put this event on and we get this close racing because strategy is out the window. Everyone can do whatever they like coming into this race. Setup, strategy, how you approach it, the concentration of getting through that qualifying format to perfect each and every lap of this event is so hard to do. And these drivers only have a few more laps, and we're going to see who gets it in the end. But Joshua's still leading, holding on to the 20-lap tires on those mediums.
Oh, I'm sure those tires are starting to scream at him now because this is pretty much getting to the complete end of their life. Is he going to be able to hold off the attack from Flying Jippo, Go-To-Guy, Sequid, and Bamboo behind him and hold on to this win? That would be absolutely amazing for him and for Mercedes, and it would be an amazing performance overall. But we've got 5 people that are out of the race. Tasmanian Devil, Forza, and Chatty Duck, FYKV, and Deathwish Tricky did not make it into this crazy battle. And now we're watching as Flying Jippo is going to have another run on Joshua. He's thinking about it. Joshua is defending down the inside. He's going to go around the outside now. Into turn 1, there's a touch. There's a bit of a contact between Flying Jippo and Joshua. Another big touch. Oh, no. That was a big one now. And now Joshua is going to lose the lead. Oh, and Sequid gets tied up into the back of Joshua. He's off.
He's retired.
Oh my God! What just happened?
Go-To-Guy leads this race from Joshua. He leads the race. It's the racing point. Both McLarens just dropped the ball. With 3 laps at the end of the race, just dropped the ball, giving Go-To-Guy the lead of the race. And this veteran knows what to do from here on out.
Oh my God, I cannot believe what I just saw there.
Our calculations, I think that means Tasmanian Devil would clinch tonight, and he would probably be, we'll have to confirm by next week, but he will probably be the Season 11 Platinum Class Champion in that Red Bull for Tasmanian Devil. Sequid had an opportunity to get a second GP win, to bring the championship to the next round, and both McLarens dropped the ball on which was lap 34.
Well, now the question is, can Joshua possibly re-overtake the Go-To-Guy back for this win here tonight? But Go-To-Guy pounced on the opportunity. He took it as he saw it, and he's now in the lead of this Grand Prix after Sequid and Joshua got tied up massively trying to battle each other around a couple of laps ago. It was unbelievable. I mean, we've had 2 different battles that ended up wrong between 2 different leaders, and somehow Sequid gets tied up in these unfortunate things twice in the same race. That is that is just crazy. I mean, what a race we've had, and we're about to go on the final lap of it here tonight. Wow.
Yeah, I think Sequid, I don't know if he had the overtake button on, and potentially, I know he hit the back of, which was, I think, Joshua, I'm not too sure, and just as in Britain, a few races ago at the 100% race, clipped the back, and man, he just went to the right, and his car turned right into the wall, just to the right here, and this is the one opportunity Joshua will have on the straightaway. Can Go-To-Guy defend? You think he's going to defend it? Yes, he does. Right at the last second, Go-To-Guy only has a few more corners left to go, a full middle sector. Joshua pushing hard.
And Bamboo has made it up into P3, just overtook Flying Jippo, so he's just gotten himself onto the podium here. Again, another really quick turn of events there. Both McLarens are now off the podium. 007 has just overtaken Flying Jippo as well. Flying Jippo just went down to P5. I don't think Joshua is going to have anything else to say to Go-To-Guy here, as Go-To-Guy rounds up P14, or turn 14 and turn 15 as well. He's on his run to the line. Go-To Guy is going to be the winner here tonight for the fourth running of the TCR Grand Prix in Season 11 of Platinum Class. Joshua in P2, and Bamboo is going to finish on the podium in P3. We have 007 in P4, Flying Jippo P5, Black Angel in P6, Warrior in 7th. We're going to have Assassin in P8 after everything that he's gone through in this race. Stanley's going to be P9, and GTR Lion is going to steal the last point on the grid here tonight in P10. Crooner P11, Charger's going to be 12th, and Trunk in his first Grand Prix here is going to finish 13th. Not a bad performance in Brazil for the brand new driver to TCR. But Sequid, Deathwish Tricky, FYKV, Chatty Duck, and Forzan and Jasmanian Devil have now made it to the end of the race. So the two championship leaders did not finish this race. However, because of the qualifying format that we had here tonight, Tasmanian Devil is going to leave this race with 13 points to his name. And if the math is correct, that's going to be enough for him to be the Season 11 champion. But for now, Go-To Guy stealing the show here tonight in the TCR Grand Prix in the fourth running of it. He is on the top step with Joshua in P2.
And he makes history. He's the first driver to win 2 TCR Grand Prix. He knows this format. Once he got the lead, he knew what to do from then on out, and he knew. You guys gave me the lead. I know what to do from here. I've been in this position many a times. He's platinum champion, 2-time winner of the GP. I think this is potentially, let me say, it might be his 13th win in platinum. I will have to double check this here. But Go-To Guy, in a season that wasn't really up to his standards, is doing really well for him. Yeah, this is his 13th win in the Platinum class, and it comes at a very nice event. So those are your standings if you want to go through them there. Blinn, I have invited the drivers to the post-race interviews very quickly, and
awesome.
We'll hear from them soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing really nice to see, a Canadian takes the win here tonight. So congratulations to Go-To Guy on the second win for him of a TCR Grand Prix. Great result there. Mr. Joshua in second, Bamboo in third place after taking that position pretty much in the dying seconds of the race there, overtaking 007, who's now in fourth place. Flying Jippo finishes fifth. Black Angel finishes sixth. Warrior in seventh. Assassin eighth. Stanley ninth. GTR Lion takes the last point on the grid. Crooner and Chargers are going to be 11th and 12th. And Trunk was 13th, and the last finisher of this race, we had Sequid in 14th place, and DNFing, Deathwish Tricky, FYKV, Chatty Duck, Forzan, and Tasmanian Devil did not make it to the end of this race. But what a race and what an event in total this was. This was incredible. I think this was the best TCR Grand Prix I've been a part of so far. I think I've commentated on 3 of them now, but it's been incredible action from start to finish. We thought we knew what was going to happen when we were going into the race. All of that was completely thrown out of the window, and instead we had an amazing race full of surprises. And now we're going to talk to our podium finishers, and we're going to hear it from them. On P3 we have Bamboo in the Renault, with a very late overtake on 007 to take P3, but honestly...
before you start, Blinn, I think we need to start at Go-To Guy. We have to start with the winner here. Right off, raw of emotions,
okay.
We have to start with Go-To. I would actually really love to start the interviews with Go-To, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
All right. Go-To Guy, it's been a little bit of a while for you to be on the top step. A very crazy race. You had some speed. You showed in the heat races. You didn't have the best of the Q3 one-shot qualifying, but you got a decent starting in the grid. Tasmanian Devil forgot to load his setup in this race. That's why he lost all those positions earlier on. Sequid Possessing out in front. You were able to get track position later in the race, and with Jippo and Sequid making mistakes, Joshua went wide or something. You got track position, and once you had the lead, you knew what you had to do from there. Just initial thoughts from your side after winning not your second GP win.
Yeah, I was not expecting that today when I got on F1. So, yeah, it felt very nerve-wracking, but also kind of familiar at the same time. It's been a while, but it was nice to see that P1 back back beside my name. That was a very nerve-wracking last few laps after I got ahead, but I was glad I was able to not just drive off the track with that pressure. But yeah, I mean, I've never seen. I mean, that has to be some of the hardest racing I've seen. The people at the front there all race long, but I was glad to just hang back and let it happen, and it worked out. So just kind of kept it, just kind of kept out of the way of everyone else, and hung on to the front pack, and it ended up working out. So I am very happy.
I'm sure you are, and it's been a long time coming. You haven't been to the top step of the podium, I believe, and since Season 9, I believe, which was on the 2019 game. It's been a season plus.
Yeah,
is that right? How does it feel to be right up there? In a blink of an eye, one race you're battling more in the mid-pack, and then the next you're leading the race and winning the GP.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just happened to have good races on these TCR GPs. That's just kind of my thing, I guess. I won the last, I think it was Season 9 I won it as well, so... Yeah,
I think that might have been your last win, potentially.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you went back to back, pretty much.
It's a nice race to come back.
Yeah, this is go-to guy's Indy. He doesn't do any of the other races. He just comes in for the TCR Grand Prix, wins that one, takes the trophy away from everyone else, and tells everyone to wait until next year.
Yeah, well, well, from someone who has competed against you one-on-one, as we've raced a lot in Platinum. I truly am happy for you to pick up the win, and tonight. And we've talked a lot, and maybe this potentially might be your last full-time season, or at least for the time being. And it's really special, I would say, for you to at least pick up that win. How nervous were you in those last few laps? I mean, you've been in that position before, but it's been a little while.
Yeah, I mean, I was shaken a little bit, I think, on the first lap when I got ahead, because it was kind of unexpected. I honestly thought I was going to lose the position to Seco, because he was looking real pacey behind me, and I was running out of VRS, so I was just kind of frustrated about that, and then some of the cars had an incident up ahead, and I was in front, and I mean, it felt distantly familiar, which is kind of funny, because it's been a while, but yeah, I'm just happy to bring it home for the win.
Well, congratulations on that performance. That was incredible to watch, and yeah, great job.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so then let's move on to, I guess, P2, since we started at the top now. And that was Mr. Joshua, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Joshua, in the Mercedes, for a while there, it looked like maybe yourself and your teammate might be in for a really good finish for your team. But again, a really crazy race out in front. One thing I wanted to ask right off the bat is, it's been super hard racing at the front there, especially between yourself and Sequid. But what happened towards the end there in that last incident?
With Sequid, I didn't even see him there. It was I think Jippo hit me from behind or on the side or something like that. The previous turn, that's what allowed the racing point. I forget, was it Go-To Guy? Is that who it is? That's what allowed him to get through. So when I gathered my bearings and came back on, I didn't even see Sequid there. So I'd have to rewatch the video on that one.
But how did you enjoy the race overall? This different format and everything else like that. Are you a fan of the TCR Grand Prix? How was it today?
Yeah, it's I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it due to work reasons, so I'm glad you guys started like 5 minutes late, because that allowed me to sneak in. And I mean, the first race was good, qualified good, didn't qualify good the second race, and ended up spinning and started P15. So to get from P15 to P2 at the end of the race, I don't think that's much to complain about. My first stint was really, really well. I think I got up to 6th place by the time the pit stops came around, and everybody else was on hards. I was the highest medium runner, so I figured I had a chance, and I did. So
awesome performance, man. Seafreeze, any questions?
Yeah, I mean, it was so close for you to grab a Platinum class win and maybe a Grand Prix win, today in this event. I mean, how gutted are you? It was just so close. It was right there. Anything you could have done differently?
Well, I knew the straight line speed was good. I thought for the first the medium stint except for the last 3 laps, I thought I defended pretty clean and got by pretty clean, so no complaints there. But I don't know what happened between me and Jippo, but I got hit, and that's where it cost a track position. So you hate to lose it like that. So I'm gonna watch that back and see what happens.
All right.
Other
Well,
than that, you know,
yeah.
a really nice performance. You really put it all out there and gave us a really nice show in that. But you know, unfortunate you didn't grab the win. But
Yep.
you know, a P2 is a really good performance. So
Yep,
congrats.
still
on
a solid result, so no complaints.
That. Awesome.
Yeah. Good luck for the last 3 races as well.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, and now back to Bamboo that I wanted to start with, but we're back to you now. Sorry about that. Good performance from yourself, and I gotta say, really impressive performance from you. You know, all season long in 2 different classes, both in silver and in platinum. You're finding the time to do both. You're also finding the time to put in some really great results in both of these leagues. So tell us about the race today, and how did you like this different format?
So crazy one today. Honestly, the 5 lap, it's very fun. It's like full attack, and for the race, I am like, okay, let's go. I start like P11, I think so, and let's go for 36 lap of max attack. So it's fun. It's you know honestly the last lap, I was like, I have to stay with the guy in front. But I need to keep my car on the track too, because honestly I don't have nothing left on my tire. It's nice one. It's fun. Nice race.
Yeah, and with all of that stuff happening in front of you there in the leaders, you were pretty close to the leaders for most of the race. You saw a lot of different, incidents. How did you make your way around it?
Honestly, I see the crazy thing. One car crossed the track, the other one going on the left, right. I am okay. I need to pass through all these, and everything going well for me. So, no, very nice one.
And how you feeling for the last 3 races? We've got Canada, USA, and Mexico coming up.
So for the silver class, I wanna start on the back of the grid, though. So it wanna be fun to try to come back in the front, and so I think so. My 3 last race wanna be fun for me.
Okay, awesome. And Seafreeze, your questions.
Yeah, I mean, you have did he clinch silver class championship or not
I
yet?
think so. We didn't confirm it this week just yet, but it sounds like it.
Oh, okay. Well, firstly, congrats on the second silver class championship, and hopefully next season we'll see you either up in golden or platinum full time, getting up out of silver. But you put a great performance on there. But also tonight you were kind of right in the mix. You were within DRS of the top 4 drivers, and you were just there to pick up the scraps. I mean, not really of a question, really just wanted to say, good race. I mean, you really stuck out and kept your wing clean and grabbed a podium when others had some problems. So, good props to you, and yeah, good luck to the rest of the remaining races in the American swing.
Thank you. So, and for the next session, I wanna move in platinum. So.
Oh, platinum, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think a podium here tonight will definitely pretty much say that I think you're ready to move up
So
full time on the new game.
In silver, it's my 3 last race, so we see next season.
All right, well, that was your podium finishers. Congrats to them again. Incredible performances from those 3, as well as the rest of the grid here tonight in the 4th running of the TCR Grand Prix. I mean, I've already said, how I felt about this one. Seafreeze, your thoughts?
I mean, this is what the GP pretty much does to the platinum class. I mean, this is why we run it. It's a unique format that we have came up with a few seasons ago at Monaco back in season 8. Since then, very minor changes to the format, just the different tracks. And I knew coming into tonight it was going to be a different race. I don't think the GP, because it is a longer event, because we have the 5-lappers, you have different strategy involved, and pretty much just, all of the grid, 19 drivers really close within each other. I mean, we saw it today, very close pace-wise between everyone. We kind of knew we were going to get this coming into tonight. At least I did from previous GPs. So it's done what it needed to do. But we saw the drivers that, are normally at the front. I mean, it didn't really mix it up too much. You saw drivers where they needed to be. Taz, unfortunately had that set up where he didn't load. Sequid had an opportunity. Passassin had an opportunity. And they kind of all dropped the ball, in my opinion, and it gave it to, the win to someone who knows how to win. So you don't want to do that. But overall, all in all, it was a really nice TCR Grand Prix, and I'm happy I was here, able to commentate it. And it looked a little stressful out on track, so I'm happy I'm up here this season. But other than that, it was really enjoyable to be alongside you, Blinn, and I'm looking forward to the remainder of the American swing, which is pretty much my favorite portion of the schedule, is to finish in Canada, USA, and then the finale night at Mexico. So if we thought today was really good, the next 3, I believe, will do the same.
Absolutely. So 3 more weeks of racing remaining in this season 11 for all 3 classes. We'll be back with you guys on Tuesday next week with the silver class in Canada. That's a race I'm really, really looking forward to myself, to both racing and to commentating. So join us then. But to everybody who's been watching so far, thank you guys so much for watching Trinity Competitive Racing. Again, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, send in some comments, rewatch this race if you missed out on it, because this one was absolutely crazy from start to finish, especially in the race itself. After the qualifying heats, that was a very, very exciting race. So from Seafreeze, from Blinn Machine, from everybody in TCR, thank you guys so much for watching once again. We will see you next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for those 3 races. And we will see you very soon. Thanks again.
Bye. Thanks.